Good afternoon, everybody. It is Meteorologist HY Forecast, guys, and welcome back to the video. Hope you guys are all enjoying your wonderful Saturday, either morning or afternoon or just noon. But yeah, guys, we're gonna be doing another update on this possible major nor'easter that could bring in very heavy rain for areas in the East Coast, including North Carolina, Georgia, maybe all the way to Boston. We can see some unusual heavy rain. And we're also going to be possibly seeing up to a foot of snow for areas in upstate New York, all the way near areas near Bangor, Maine. We can see a good amount of snow there. So we're going to have some very heavy winds too, possibly, or strong winds, sorry. The tropical storm force winds out there in the Norfolk area, possibly later today and tomorrow. This rain is going to be advancing and possibly stalling on for the next couple of hours. That will bring huge more threats that come in as we go into the afternoon. We can possibly have an overcast that could bring in some more cloudy conditions, maybe some drizzles, and see some temperature drops. But if you guys are new to the channel, be sure to subscribe, guys. Later today, I'm going to go see the movie Midway in the Mall, Georgia. Let me know if that's a good movie, if you guys seen it. Also, be sure to hit the like button, guys. My 1 year anniversary is in 3 days, and I'm going to be making a video on that day, so stay tuned for that, guys. Also, be sure to share the channel if you guys know anybody that would like the channel. I'm really trying to get to 1900, so it really means a lot. But without further ado, let's get in this video. So we're not going to be spending so much time on these radars because we actually have another radar. So we have 3 radars, so I don't want to spend too much time on each one. Most likely the European will be like the shortest one because, again, it hasn't really updated that much since yesterday. Even the GFS and the NAM3KM actually has. We have a new radar today. But as we go in the next 18 hours, it would actually possibly start to move a bit more north now. It was stalling a little bit yesterday. Let me actually get this thing because my EpiPen's like this. But it was actually stalling right here yesterday, bringing very heavy rain for Georgia, South Carolina. It's still going to bring in some rain, but it will continue to move north now, so they'll bring very heavy rain for areas into Norfolk. We'll have that very heavy rain just off the coast. But yeah, it will bring some heavy downpours, though, and these temperatures will be slightly or actually pretty cold, decently cold. But we'll see actually split up, so we actually have this first part go out there into the northern Atlantic, and we'll have like a new low pressure system that kind of like replaces it. So we have these two systems, or low pressure systems that actually joined, and we're actually gonna have a huge issue though with possibly a bit warmer temperatures right here with this high pressure system. So it actually is possibly gonna be stalling a bit more though, and it's gonna be driving or getting steered by this high pressure system. So it's all based on where this high pressure system goes. It's not very fast moving at all, so it brings in very huge threats for the northern Atlantic area. So if you're out here, if you know anybody that's going to be going out in the soon, right here on a boat or something, but honestly, not really good week or start of next week to really go outside. As we go into Monday, looks like the Monday we'll start to have that light rain getting out there into Boston, Providence, areas near Hartford, Connecticut. We'll have that rain start to get in there. As we get into Tuesday, though, we'll have that mix becoming a huge threat. We can have a mix area near Caribou. We can have a mix near areas in Syracuse, and maybe even some heavy snow for Erie. Again, we'll have that low pressure system right here that can bring that lake effect snow. And then we have a high pressure system that kind of comes into the south like this, that kind of scoops up this nor'easter, so it kind of like possibly drives it. It all depends. It honestly, the only really reason for flooding if this high pressure system kind of gets a bit closer right here, and it kind of stalls and going more inland. So that's be a threat, but right now it's not looking like the high pressure zone will just maybe stay out here possibly. But again, we'll also have the snow coming, bringing bigger of a threat for areas in Syracuse, Albany, Caribou, Augusta, Maine. All these areas can be seeing possibly heavy snow, especially more for Caribou, Maine. This snow will stay for a couple of hours into Wednesday, maybe even by Thursday. We can have a little bit more lake effect snow that could bring in a couple, just maybe over less than an inch to come for these areas out here. But yeah, now let's get into the GFS. Okay, so now we're going to be looking at the GFS really quickly. Not huge updates, but as you can tell, by tomorrow we'll again have that heavy rain though off the coast for Norfolk. It would basically mainly be just North Carolina coast that be seeing too much rain. We're not gonna have those major we're not gonna see that type of nor'easter that brings in rain so far inland. It won't be like that. Again, it'll start to stall right there as we go into Monday. It starts to get closer into the areas in the New England area. As we go into the afternoon of Monday, it will bring some light to heavy rain actually for the areas the coastal areas of Massachusetts. We'll have a bit of a mixed area by Monday afternoon, but that won't be huge threat. But as we get into the Monday night or Tuesday morning area, that's when we have that mix becoming a bit more widespread and a big of a threat. It'll be a bit heavier of a mix. So we have that for Burlington, areas into upstate New York, Augusta, Maine, and we'll have that snow actually become a threat too for northern areas of Vermont, areas northern parts of upstate New York. Again, also we'll have that heavy rain. Again, we'll have that low pressure system right here, so it's going to bring very heavy rain for areas near Augusta, Maine. We'll have a couple inches possible. We're gonna have a good amount of mix for good mix for Caribou, Maine, areas into Burlington, Vermont. We should get a mix as we get into more Tuesday afternoon and night. We'll have that snow kind of leave, and then we should just have a couple snow showers left to comfort these areas of the Appalachians and upstate New York and Vermont. Now we're going to be looking at the NAM 3KAM model. We have not looked at these yet, but I really like this radar though. So as you can tell, in the next couple hours, we'll have this kind of drifting outside to the out in the Atlantic. So again, we'll have only a couple showers out here for Norfolk. Raleigh, you can see a couple drizzles, but not too bad. As we continue out, again, it's going to be stalling though. As we go into tomorrow though, we'll have that rain become a bit more widespread for the areas for eastern North Carolina. Start to have some light showers getting into areas in New Jersey, into the mid-Atlantic. Again, we have a low pressure system right here, and then we have one right here. So we have those two systems that will conjoin basically and possibly make it twice as big. As you get into later into tomorrow afternoon and evening, we'll have that rain start to leave North Carolina, so it's kind of a break. We'll have some showers out there for DC area, some showers for the areas of Maryland, southern Maryland into Virginia Beach. We can have some showers as we go more closer to Monday. That's when we have that very heavy rain surrounding the areas of the northeastern coast and to the mid-Atlantic coast. We'll have all the way from the North Carolina coast to the Maine coast. We'll have very heavy rain. The heaviest rain will obviously be near the Massachusetts coast, and that's where we'll have that low pressure system kind of hanging out right here. And here we have a high pressure system that will kind of make it kind of like stay out here a little bit more, so kind of push it out. But this low pressure system will kind of like move, so kind of have like this meeting area. And with this due to this high pressure system, we won't really see it stay that long. But again, as we get into the Monday afternoon, we'll have a heavy mix to go through Maine and a mix to go through Burlington, Vermont. Not much for Albany, not much for New York. Actually, New York City, we just get some rain. And as we get into later into Tuesday night, we'll have that mix for near Syracuse. And as we get into another update, I'll do another update this afternoon. We'll go a bit more further into this radar, but it only goes as far as it can. Now we'll be looking at the winds for the eastern coast like we did yesterday. There aren't huge updates. It did update yesterday at 11 p.m. But let's just look at what we have right now. So we kind of have some winds out here 24 hours. In the next 24 hours, we actually have up to 48 knots. And this is 10-meter winds. So this is actually on the sea surface. So we'll have these winds just off the coast. So it won't be super far inland. Again, it's not one of those nor'easters, but we have tropical storm force wind all the way into the inland area. It'll just be the coast. But again, we'll have those winds all the way for the eastern coast. So all the way to Boston, we can see up to 20 to 27 knots, even all the way to a couple of days behind. As we get into tomorrow, that's when we have these winds start to increase into all the way to 53 knots, and then we'll have these winds kind of go out into the northern Atlantic, so it won't really affect too many areas right here and to the coast, but we'll have these winds actually really strong for areas near Myrtle Beach. We'll have some unusually very strong winds. Again, won't be super duper far inland, so you have to live on the coast to really feel it. But as we go really into Monday, these winds will kind of like surround the areas in the New England area. It will only bring a couple knots, only maybe at most 34 knots, but nothing out of the normal for again, it's not a major nor'easter. With major nor'easters, we can actually experience up to Category 1 force winds. So again, let's actually now wait for this GFS we're going to be seeing here. Again, guys, we can see up to a foot of snow, but that's again, this is what the new update's showing. Again, we'll have a bit more higher snow. This gets into Friday. But again, we'll have a good amount of snow. Again, only about an inch or two for Albany. As you can tell, maybe at most 3 inches. I do not know why my Epic Pen's acting up like this. But again, we won't see that much snow, obviously, for Albany. I do not know why. My mouse is so glitchy at this point. I think because the GFS is going further out. There we go. So as you can tell, we are going to be seeing the most amount of snow out here into areas in northern Maine. So that'll obviously be up to 8 inches of snow, which is actually somewhat a lot of snow for these areas into Maine, especially northern Maine. Caribou can see a good half a foot of snow. Areas into upstate New York and areas near Burlington, but also we'll see up to a foot of snow right here for Vermont, up to 14 inches of snow, maybe a bit more snow coming in, lake effect snow for Buffalo, maybe increasing by an inch or two, but again, we won't see that much snow for the coastal areas. Obviously, you're just going to have more rain. We can see some snow, some flurries getting very close to areas such as Boston, New York City, but again, we'll just not that much snow at all, not one of those nor'easters. It would just be more in the Appalachians. Now we'll be seeing the total accumulated precipitation too, just to see what the flooding threats are looking like right now. Looks like we can see a lot more rain though in the Atlantic. Like this kind of looks like a tropical system. We're gonna see up to 2 feet of rain from this one system, as until we have the 2 low pressure systems. So it's gonna be really big. It's just gonna be, we're gonna have up to 2 feet of rain just off the coast of North Carolina. We'll have more of like 3 inches, again, maybe a couple inches out here in the New England area, but nothing really that's gonna cause huge floodings. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the video, and bye guys.